If you want to win in Battle Spirits Saga, then these are the staple cards you should always consider no matter what deck you're building. And what better place to start than this generic removal card, Burning Force. Even if you're not playing red, this card is amazing. It combats aggro by getting rid of small spirits at flash timing, or it can be used to destroy any pesky nexus your opponent may have, like Netherworld Depths. And if you really hate nexuses, grab a red starter deck and use Nebula Dragon Andromeda. On summon, this star dragon can destroy a smaller spirit, or any nexus, like Netherworld Depths. Speaking of nexuses, you know what nexus you might want to include in your deck? That's right, Netherworld Depths. How did you know? It may be a little expensive if you're not playing purple, but it more than makes up for it in a stupid amount of draw power just for your opponent playing the game. And if that's not enough draw power for you, look no further than arguably the best card in the game, Starblessed Draw. This burst gives you 2 cards for free when your opponent activates a when-summoned effect, and you can pay some cores to draw 2 additional cards. But be careful with all of that draw power. You might come across a player teching this nexus, Rocket City. Anytime the opponent draws outside of the draw step, they must discard a card. And yes, this effect stacks. So 1 draw off of Netherworld Depths can mean 2 discards with 2 Rocket Cities on your field. And having many nexuses on the field can be exactly what you want if you're playing the X-Rare Dual Gun Mechlord Dermdyna. For each nexus on the field, this mecha can make that many white spirits unblockable. Don't worry if you're not playing any other white spirits. Dermdyna, being a white spirit, can make itself unblockable. If unanswered, Dermdyna is an inevitable win condition, which is all the more reason why you'll see a lot of players packing the powerful defensive burst, Absolute Ice Shield. If you lose a life and are not dead, just put that core back like it never happened. And if you pay the cost, just end the battle step. Prepare to see this white card in most decks. If white's innate ability to not die interests you, then you may also be interested in the magic card Suppression. By using the soul core as part of its cost, you can give any of your exhausted spirits the ability to block for the rest of the turn. And if that's not enough suppression for you, consider Pegasion. When given the soul core, it'll be able to block any spirit with 2 or fewer cores while exhausted. If you're playing white, play Pegasion. If you want to splash white in your purple deck, you should probably play Pegasion, because it goes great with one of the best 2-card combos, Dark Bishop Baculus and Infernal King Curse Dragon. Baculus forces all spirits to holding just 1 core. Then Curse Dragon comes in to finish all of those spirits off, while also ramping you more cores in the process. And don't think you'll only see this combo in purple decks. This combo is so good that you'll see even red and white players splash these 2 cards in an otherwise mono-colored deck. Which is why you'll need to be prepared to counter this deadly combo with Head Ice Maid Fala. While on field, this Ice Princess and any spirit with a soul core will be immune to any core removal shenanigans from your opponent. Just don't have this Ice Maid attack. Otherwise, this 3-cost spirit will be vulnerable to another of Purple's spirits, Beldegor of the Dark World 7. On summon, this spirit will destroy any exhausted spirit that costs 4 or less, and this also procs when it's summoned from the discard through its immortal effect. And an easy way to get Beldegor into the discard is to play the Nexus Volcanic Canyon. This lets you draw an additional card every draw step at the cost of discarding 1. And yes, this effect does stack. You'll see many red decks play Volcanic Canyon. And guess what you'll find in the volcanoes of this canyon? Lava. And swimming in that lava, you'll find flamefish. I'm trying, okay. Flamefish is a great early game spirit that, when given the soul core, will blow up any spirit with 4k or less upon its death. And one of my personal favorite cards to combo with Flamefish is the magic card Deadly Balance. This staple purple card forces both players to destroy one of their spirits. Fun fact, you can play this card even if you don't have a spirit on your field, making your opponent think this card is unbalanced. Unless your opponent destroys one of the best white spirits in the game, Mecha Beast Fortress Namangard. It's expensive, but when destroyed, it lets you draw 3 cards and ramp 3 cores. And if this elephant isn't destroyed, it'll instead give you an extra refresh step at the end of the turn. If only there was a way to get rid of this elephant without destroying it. You're in luck. Dream Bomb is the perfect answer. This magic card can bounce any spirit back to the hand. It can even be used as a burst to bounce a Nexus, like Netherworld. But Robins, you ask, I don't want Dream Bomb to bounce my Namangard. Well, don't worry. There's an answer for that too. Heaven Blade Dragon Ryut is a yellow spirit that prevents all of your spirits from being returned to the hand or deck during your own turn. And as a bonus, if your opponent would gain life during the main step, Ryut takes those cores for itself, which makes this fabled beast the perfect counter to another popular burst card, Counter Sword. If your opponent resolves a when summoned effect, it will spin any spirit to the top of the deck, and if you have the core to spend, you can pay the cost to gain a life from the core. Leave a comment if you think I missed any staple cards. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more Battle Spirits Saga content. Until next time, laters.